Hello Void friends and Void folk, it's Marlena Marie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are here on this wonderful journey, I thank you for coming back time and time again. I have gotten actually a couple of comments on a few of the videos already, which is a little surprising. I wasn't exactly expecting that. So I will answer those questions as well as a couple of other things that I want to talk about in a later video. For now, we are going to continue going forward. Now, the most important part of publishing, well, self-publishing, and publishing just basically in general, is research. Research. You can't find a good agent if you don't research. You can't learn about how publishing companies want to take your money without research. You can't, find a good editor, find a good cover designer, find a good website designer, find pretty much anything without research. Research is, at the end of the day, 100% the most important part of publishing, in my opinion, because based off of what research you do, you can go really well, you can go really bad. You can make your life easier for yourself, or you can make your life extremely difficult. So, that's what this video is about. Research. If it hasn't come across at this point, I have done a lot of research. I really like researching things, sometimes to an extreme amount. In my schooling, I was known for knowing just about pretty much anything that you needed to know about our master's program because I had read everything. And I'm not going to say that I've read everything. There's billions of YouTube and videos and Google pages and blog posts about self-publishing. There's a lot. There is a ton. I'm not even going to say that I'm an expert at self-publishing at this point because I'm not. But I have found people who call themselves at least a little bit more of an expert than I even can claim to be. And using what they've given me, I have come up with a plan of how to go forward, which is why I even decided to do this in the first place. If there wasn't enough research, I don't think I would have even thought myself capable of being able to do it. But they did all the hard work, so I don't have to. So I'm going to show you how to find that information. First and foremost, I'm going to have a blog post with basically all of the resources that I have used. This is going to include the YouTube videos, the YouTube accounts, the different websites that I am going to be accessing, as well as different websites that I know of that I might not be using. I'm going to have it all in one big blog post on the marlenamarie.com. So if you want to use my resources or get more resources from those resources, go ahead and check out that post. For the sake of this video, I'm not really going to go into a lot of them. I have been basically collecting these for years because I wasn't necessarily planning on self-publishing, but I was planning on publishing. And despite the fact that self-publishing is an entirely different ballgame, it is still a game, which means they have similar rules at the end of the day. And knowing stuff about self-publishing was going to help me as a published author one way or another. So I collected a lot and I've watched a lot. And I am going to continue watching and reading and looking into things over the course of this next year as I continue going forward and I continue making decisions. What you'll see in this video is a little bit of an overview of what it looks like for me to do some research. I'll put my computer on. I use my laptop more than my actual desktop because I just got my desktop, so my laptop is more for me to... it has everything on it from my entire writing life, so I use that. And this little handbook, as well as this little handbook, are the two important books in my publishing journey. These are my self-publishing guidebooks, I guess. I don't really want to call them guidebooks. I wouldn't even ever say that they're meant for anyone else to read. These are meant for my mental sanity. This book right here is my publishing journey. Now, I will go into a little bit more in detail on why I decided to have this book in particular, as well as this purple one. I'm going to have two at every stage, every time that one of these fills up. But basically, long story short, this one is my journal, right? I am writing in this pretty much any time that I do anything that is publishing related. It is, so when I make my YouTube videos, there's an entry. When I go and create my LLC, there will be an entry. There is an entry for when I decided to start, and there will be an entry for the day that I actually finally get self-published. This journal is not really meant for anyone to read. It is more for me to keep it all out of my head, I guess, because there's just so much going on. This is a really good way for me to get my thoughts out, my feelings out, without pretty much overloading my friends, family, or anyone else. Right here. This journal, on the other hand, I am completely and open to showing you. This one is going to be my self-publishing guidebook, basically, right? In here, I have every book that I plan to write or write in the current day and age with all of their titles, because I already have the titles figured out. Notes from when I'm watching the YouTube videos or reading the different things. I have publishing schedules that I've already kind of decided on. I have things about my pen names. Let me pull that one up real quick. This one is a little bit more fun because it is author profiles, because the pen names are going to have their entire profile just dedicated to them. So that's in here. I also have stuff for the publishing company that I am going to be making. I'm not going to show you that page just in case any of you are really good at technology, because I don't want you knowing it until I have it actually made as a business. It's kind of important. And then I also have information on making a company, on finances for companies, on pretty much anything you could want to know. This is my publication plan book. This book right here. Anything and everything that I need to know about publishing and my publishing journey, as well as my pen names and my company and everything, will be in here, written down, hard ink, pretty much. For legal purposes, anything that's like particularly like important, like, you know, IEN numbers, social security numbers, none of that will be in here. I can't risk having any of that get caught in here. But in terms of pretty much anything else, it'll be in there, like how I did it, why I did it, etc., etc. So research in general is one of the most important parts of the entire process. The process that I'm going to basically lay out for you right now, based off of iWriterly's video. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it below, because it is probably one of my favorite videos for the entire overview. So I've read a lot of different posts and I've seen a lot of different videos, but I think that what iWriterly does really well is that the video goes over not necessarily how to do the steps, but all of the different steps of the process from their eyes, right? So deciding on a budget, choosing a release date, creating an LLC. Now, I haven't really decided on a budget. Well, I haven't written it down. It needs to go in this, but I haven't fully made one. Release date, I do have a plan of doing spring of 2025 as the release for my first book. So that gives me approximately 12 to 15 months, depending on when I'm exactly deciding to go. But I'm looking at around April right now. If not April, then March. Make a title, that's already done. Make a blurb, also already done. Bio, already done. I was in a master's program. We had to do all of this for classwork. Choosing a book size, cover art, editors, map maker, which I do have to figure out. That's one of the research ones that I haven't done a lot of research on. ISBNs, set up pre-orders, asking for blurbs, marketing stuff, updating the website, set up my author stuff, online press kit, making a street team and blogger team, book cover reveal, ARC reviewers, swag, in-person book signings, which we'll get to in a later video, but I'm not going to be doing that. Release plan for the month before, release plan of the week of, the release party, updating social medias, filing a copyright, creating an ad schedule, submitting for library distribution, and asking readers and other people to review the book. Well, basically just readers to review the book, but basically everyone to promote it. Help me promote the book. That'd be awesome. those are like the general steps. I know I went over those extremely quickly. If you want to get more in detail about that, please check out the iWriterly video. I'm not going to go into that. This video is about research and the kind of research that I've done and how much time I have spent on it. And the reason it's video number 3 is because it was the most important step after me basically wiping everything after making my decision. I needed to research. I have done research, and there will be a video pretty much on every single one of these steps as I go through. Creating the social medias, talking about my author pen names, checking that my pen names are available on the internet for me to get used and I won't get sued, going into how I did the copyright and, well, that'll be later, but ISBNs, pre-orders, marketing, anything, everything, it'll be a video. I will say that from this point on, the videos will probably start getting a little bit longer because I will be getting into a little bit more of the nitty-gritty and a little bit more vlog style for a few of them, particularly LLC, because I feel like that one's going to be a lot more intensive of a process than all of the others. Many of these will be happening at the same time, so concurrently. And some of them will be really quick, some of them will be much longer. Like the editing one is going to be very long. It's going to have me I'm going to have only one video about it, which is basically going to be from the beginning of me searching to me finally finalizing edits. That is like 9 months worth of content that'll be in a 15-minute video. So stick around. I hope you enjoy. Don't expect this series to be how to do this. It is not a how-to guide. This is a how I am doing it, and come along with me on the journey just as a reminder. So I hope that you all enjoy your stay here. I will talk to you in the future. So catch me next week with a video where I'm going to go over budgeting as well as creating a release schedule, because those two things are going to be very important. I might even go over the metadata, but I'm not sure. That might be its own video the week after, but we'll see. Again, this has been Marlena Marie, and I will see you in the next one.